It's like a giggle.
No, it's a ziggle.
Parker, the next time we record a podcast, football will have started.
Yes! That's exciting.
Fantastic.
That is very exciting. Even without fans,
but...
you know, I've only gone to one football game in my whole life. Like NFL
like
football
a pro
game.
game.
Yeah, pro game.
Yeah.
And it might have been, it was just like a little bit better. It wasn't like a noticeably difference compared to watching it like on TV, because you just get so much more like views and you can just see everything a lot better.
Yeah. The only thing that's really different is the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
But the NBA bubble has given us plenty of, not necessarily atmosphere, but moments.
Plenty of moments and crazy moments also.
Yeah.
And speaking of the NBA, this is episode 64, and in the second to last game of the 1973-1974 NBA season, Rick Barry dropped 64 points.
That's a lot of points for
for
Rick
the
Barry.
Warriors. Yeah, he was just going off that game. 45 points in the second half. Just
in the second half?
In the second half, yep.
Jeez.
He was a beast. He just went off.
Wow.
Imagine if he would have done that in both halves. 90 points.
That'd be just insane. That would be the greatest scoring performance. Oh no, second greatest scoring performance ever.
But I mean, 64 points for Rick Barry, so there's your stat.
Episode 64.
So we're going to start this episode off a little bit differently.
Yes.
We have a sandwich that, for a sweet, salty, spicy, super sandwich segment.
Nailed it.
Yep, nailed it. That needs a little attention, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got to change up our regiment. It is a Oreo cookie sandwich.
It is large for those of you watching on YouTube.
With cookie dough ice cream.
This is a large sandwich. It's already dripping.
Oh yeah.
The ice cream is melting as we speak, so we should probably eat this pretty quick. This looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm. No.
The ice cream is just basically milk at this point.
Yeah. The cookies were in the freezer.
Yeah, cookies are cooler than ice cream. It's really good though.
Mm-hmm. They're very melty.
Come out of the frame. Scoot over. So, the Sweet Salty Spicy Super Sandwich segment is brought to you guys by Ella Vite. But she makes healthy food. Mm-hmm. This is not very healthy. She would probably find a way to make like a healthy ice cream sandwich that tastes exactly like this one.
Yeah.
So, follow her on Instagram for anything like that. She did make a chocolate pudding that tasted like any other really good chocolate pudding, but was like
with like vegetables.
Really healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very good sandwich. It would have been better if the ice cream. So it's on the tail end of its career. It's like an older athlete who's kind of starting to deteriorate.
Because the cookies were also frozen.
Yeah.
So now they don't taste quite as good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still super good, but
it's just not as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
So who's like an older guy who's still good, but who's starting to like Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. That's a good one. I was thinking LeBron, but LeBron really hasn't dropped off a whole lot.
Wow, I almost choked on my own bite. And I mean, like, this is really good, but it's not like the greatest sandwich of all time. So I would say it's the Tom Brady.
No.
I would say that's perfect.
No.
It's really good. It's like, it's top 5. But it's definitely not the greatest. So we're going with the Tom Brady. That's what this one is.
Ice cream cookie sandwiches are the greatest sandwich of all time. So, we're going with the Tom Brady. For different reasons, but same result, Tom Brady.
Okay, this is a large amount of cookie. So I'm going to put it right here for later because I would be eating that for like half the episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost done.
It was very good. Yeah, you and Luke eat much faster than I do.
Yeah. You get into the...
Yeah. While you are finishing that, we have a lot of headlines, so we can jump into those. The NBA has been thriving in the bubble. There have been not one, not two, not three, 4 fantastic finishes.
4
to games.
That's like crazy.
2 of them in Game 7s.
Mm-hmm.
One being Rockets Thunder, where James Harden blocks a shot, Lou Dort's shot, which makes it even better, the fact that his name is Lou Dort, and then dodgeball jumps to avoid the ball going off of him when it was thrown at him.
Mm-hmm.
We had the crazy ending to Jazz Nuggets, also a Game 7, where for some reason the Nuggets tried to make a layup instead of getting fouled at the end of the game, missed it, and then Mike Conley of the Jazz took it back down the court and almost nailed a 3 to win the game.
It was
rolled on out of there.
In and out.
That one was crazy.
And you know what made that game even more crazy? The score was like a third quarter score. Like they were scoring, 120 plus every single game, both teams.
Yeah, there was always somebody that scored like 50 in every game.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray they both averaged like over 30.
It was something insane.
It was 31 and 36, Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell respectively. Just crazy. That was insane. And
then you finish it off
Then you finish it off with like a what, 78 to 80? Is that what it was?
I think so.
It was such a low scoring. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, they could not really make a shot. But I mean, that's insignificant because it was a good game.
Well, yeah. And then we had Raptors Celtics, where the Celtics were about to take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, they had that game in the bag.
Until Kyle Lowry made the greatest inbound pass ever.
It was beautiful. You know, that's something that you can't really teach, like that pass right there.
Oh.
I mean, it's just...
It was insane.
You never work on like passes like that. Like sometimes in practice you'll work on passing, but never a cross-court pass.
5 seconds left.
Yeah.
7'6" Taco Fall standing in your face.
And you know that was not the first option. Like, there's no way that was the first option. That might have been the last option, but they had everything else
covered.
covered.
he was the third option.
The third option.
On that play. OG something.
OG1
He's
Kenobi. OG1 Kenobi.
Sure, we'll go with that. OG1 Kenobi in the corner behind the 3-point line. Last option, or third option.
Yeah.
Second to last option, really. And Kyle Lowry threw a dime. He released it just in time. Jaylen Brown, fantastic vertical. Almost blocked that. I have not seen people jump that high for quite a few. Most of the time when you see somebody get that high in the air, it's going to get blocked.
Yeah.
And then the second game of Heat Bucs, where Jimmy Butler got 2 free throws with no time left.
And
on a
nailed it.
Very ticky-tack
It was questionary.
But
questionary.
Many people were questioning it. But it was kind of even because the Heat were up by 11 with like 2 minutes left or something, and there was a ridiculous foul call on Goran Dragic that gave the Bucks a 4-point play. So it kind of evens out.
Yeah.
And now, when we're recording this on Saturday, by the time it's out on Monday, the Heat could have swept the Bucks.
Could have.
They're playing on Sunday.
They're up 3-0.
I don't.
The Bucks
understand.
I don't know how
exactly.
Well, Miami,
like the Heat match up really well.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like a sleeper pick. People were like, "Oh yeah, they could beat the Bucks this match," but nobody had them sweeping the Bucks.
Yeah, no. It was. I mean, Eric Spoelstra's just a great coach. Like he is.
No.
Everybody that goes into his system is good. I mean. It's just crazy how he gets his team, like his system. You see Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was at the Sixers, didn't like it, goes to the Heat. He's loving it. Like he's like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is like the greatest culture ever. And that's what I want the Sixers
culture.
to have. Yeah, but the Heat, just their whole locker room, it's just
Pat Riley in front office.
Yeah, you go into that team.
It's crazy.
And you're gonna be winning.
Yeah.
And they showed it. They showed how just their chemistry. Like they just have better chemistry than the Bucks, and it's showing. They're sweeping them. They're up 3-0 right now. And yeah, I mean, they've been dominant. Like, they've looked so good. They've shut down, well, not completely shut down, but
they've slowed Giannis.
They've slowed down Giannis, and Jimmy Butler's just been playing amazing, leading the team. So
yeah, their 3-point shooting is insane.
Yeah,
they
everybody can shoot.
Lights out.
Gordon Dragic.
It's crazy.
You got
Tyler Hero.
Yeah,
they added Jay Crowder, who's been hitting clutch threes.
Yeah. Like last night.
Yeah.
Like last night, he delivered
the
the dagger that sent the Bucs packing home for Game 3. So.
It's crazy. So who you got in the Eastern Conference Finals? Celtics or Heat? That's gonna be a fun series.
Yeah, that'll be a fun series. I think it'll be. To be honest, like I don't see anybody that can beat the Heat right now. I just don't.
They're on a roll.
They look so good.
Yeah.
At least in the East. Mm-hmm. But even in the West.
I think in the West. I think the Lakers.
The Lakers aren't. They're not. They're like losing.
I would take the Lakers, the Rockets, or the Clippers over the Heat.
Really?
Any of those three.
No way.
Yeah.
The Bucs were literally the best team. Like in every
but the Bucs,
single.
This is kind of a hot take, but I think that the Bucs and the Baltimore Ravens are very similar teams in that their formula for how they play, the Ravens, dominant running game, they just overpower you. Bucs, similar, dominant defense, they overpower you, they get a lot of transition points. But both of the way their teams operate, despite being dominant in the regular season, tends to not work out as well in the playoffs. For the Bucs, it's that you end up playing half court in the playoffs a lot. There's a lot less transition points, which is where they thrive. And the Ravens, you're playing really good teams, most of the time high-powered offenses, and if they fall behind, then they get in trouble. Wow, I don't know, my voice skipped there. They tend to get in trouble when they fall behind, like with the Titans.
Yeah.
So comparison of the Bucs and the Ravens. Similar teams, the comparison is Bucs, Ravens, dominant in the regular season, but their style of play results in not much success in the postseason because of the different dynamics.
Yeah. I like mint. Domament. Domament. I created a new word. Domament.
What does it mean? Just that
it means the
you
same
like
as,
mint?
No. It means the same as ziggle.
What's ziggle mean?
It means that you laugh when something is so funny.
It's like a giggle?
No, it's a ziggle.
So, it's a... Okay.
Ziggle. That's my vocab word.
I know that everybody...
Dramamine.
What are all these words all of a sudden?
No, that's a real word. That's
What?
a real word. Dramamine.
Dramamine. What does it mean?
I mean, it's like a pill that you take when you're sleepy. Dramamine.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you believe me?
We might have to make your own dictionary.
Do you believe me?
Parker's Dictionary. I don't think so, considering you just said Damamint and said that was a word. Not the most trustworthy source.
Dramamine.
It's a watch.
No.
Oh, no, there you go.
Motion sickness. Yeah, you take it. No. Well, wait. Oh, I thought it was a pill that you take.
So close.
Oh, motion sickness.
So close.
Oh, okay. Dramamine. Motion sickness.
So it was a word.
Yeah.
Just incorrectly defined.
Ziggle's a word.
Now we're just looking up these random words.
No, it's a word in the Urban Dictionary.
The Urban Dictionary? That doesn't count. That's not a real dictionary.
Look, Radio Flyer Ziggle. A new way to ride and play.
So it's a toy. It's a brand, a product.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So it's a product.
What is a Ziggle?
What? What's happening? We were talking about the Ravens and the Bucs being dominant in the regular season, and then it was Domamint, and then Ziggle. So,
Ziggle.
You're welcome for that.
I think that might be one of my favorite words. Like hubbub.
Hubbub is a real word. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's almost as good as Ziggle.
Filibuster is a fun one.
Filibuster.
I was told last year by a couple of kids in my Spanish class that filibuster isn't a word. I was like, no.
And you were like, you're wrong.
It is a word.
You are wrong.
Yeah. And then when they found out it was a word, they were like, yeah, but only old people use that word. So that was fun. We have a lot of headlines, so we gotta get through these. ESPN put out their newest baseball power rankings.
Oh, yeah. And guess what, ESPN? Owen's gonna tell you why you are wrong.
Thank you for the setup. That's great. Yeah, no left hooks here. Here's what's coming. So, for any of you that consistently watch our YouTube videos, thank you. You may have seen my baseball whiteboard prediction videos. There was one on the National League, one on the American League. And in the National League one, I was very adamant that, I don't know, very adamant. I'll put a clip here. The Nationals, I feel like everybody's hyping the Nationals up way too much. Their offense is not that great. They have Juan Soto. If Victor Robles and Trey Turner can improve, that would be good. But even if they improve, they're not going to be as good as Anthony Rendon was, who they lost to the Angels this offseason. And I think that that move has been not underestimated for the Angels, but it seems like people kind of forget how good Anthony Rendon is sometimes, and the Nationals lost him from the middle of their lineup, which leaves Soto with so much more of a burden to bear in their lineup. So I think that's really been overlooked because the whole World Series pitching is amazing with their big three of Scherzer, Strasburg, and Corbin, which obviously is going to keep them in games, but I don't think their offense is going to be good enough, especially considering how much I've seen a lot of analysis of the Nationals where they're like, but they have Howie Kendrick, and I don't trust your offense if Howie Kendrick is one of your best offensive players. So as you can see, I believe that the Nationals were being way overhyped by everyone, especially ESPN, who, in their preseason baseball power rankings, had the Nationals at number 8.
Number 8.
The 8th best team in the majors is where they had the Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
Okay?
8. Ooh. Yeah.
8, ooh.
A 93 win season.
No, that was their record last year.
Oh.
That was 2019.
World Series odds
Record.
22-1.
Yeah. So they said that basically in their power rankings, they predicted Nationals 8th best team and the Phillies as the 18th best team. Okay? And I don't know if all of you follow me on Instagram, but on my Instagram, I posted, calling ESPN out, that basically the Phillies were going to be better than the 18th best team. That was basically what I said. I didn't say anything about the Nationals. I just said the Phillies are going to be better than 18th. And this week, the Phillies and Nationals met up for a 4-game series, and the Phillies swept them.
Swept.
4 out of 4.
Mopped them.
4 for 4. Their offense is top 5 in the league, and Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto are both slumping. Their 2 best offensive players are hitting terribly, and they're out here winning 10 out of their last 11.
Bang. They're on fire.
Yeah. Okay? And then it gets worse. All right?
Even worse.
Yeah. So, ESPN puts out their power rankings. And so ESPN puts these out. I don't know if it's what the timeline is, but they put them out like pretty much every 2 weeks or so, something like that. And they continue to hate on the Phillies.
They're sleeping.
And be biased towards the Nationals. It's ridiculous. They have the Phillies at 13th, which is pretty fair. They have the 11th best record in baseball, so maybe they're down a couple of spots, 13th. That's fine.
Fine.
They put this power rankings out when the Phillies were 15-15. They're 18-15 now, by the way. They said, as expected, the team with the MLB's worst bullpen added a bunch of relievers. Lists the 4 relievers that they added, all of them pretty good.
Good.
Direct quote, this was ESPN's power rankings reaction to the Phillies trade deadline moves. Meh. That's all they wrote. Meh. Even with Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto performing at a high level, the Phillies look like they did in March, a 500-ish team. Okay, first of all, they had one of the worst bullpens ever. Added 4 relievers. The bullpen has been decent since then. That's really all they need, because we have one of the best 1-2 punches in baseball with our starting pitchers, Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. You don't want to face that in a 3-game series in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Second, I'm trying to keep a straight face when you do this. Okay. Second, They said, even with Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto performing at a high level, the Phillies look like they did in March, 500-ish team. They're performing at a 10-1 level over the last 2 weeks, with Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto doing almost nothing. Imagine what'll happen when they actually get back to the form they were at in the first month. This team is dangerous, and ESPN continues to hate on them. Whereas the Nationals, who have the 5th worst record in the league, ESPN has them at 19. Remember, there are 30 teams. ESPN has them as the 11th worst. Their record is the 5th worst. They're in 14th place. This is what they wrote. They're in 14th place in the NFL and could have traded away some veterans.
In the NL.
But they have, yeah.
You said the NFL.
Oh. They'd be terrible in the NFL. They're in 14th in the NL and they could have traded away some veterans. But they have house money to play with. It isn't in their nature to concede. And even without Steven Strasburg, they still have no reason to give up on the season. So you're telling me, ESPN, that a team who just got swept by the Phillies, lost Anthony Rendon, their best player last year. I mean, they have Juan Soto. He's probably better than Anthony Rendon. But people really underestimated, especially you guys, ESPN, underestimated the loss of Anthony Rendon. It's really hurt them. And you guys still think that the Nationals have a shot and there's no reason to give up on the season. They're in dead last in the NL East. They're the 5th worst team in baseball. And you've got them at 19th thinking they could still maybe make a playoff push. There's no way.
Zilch.
We are coming for you, ESPN. I think it's safe to say that we beat you on this Phillies Nationals thing. We're coming for you with our NFL picks.
We're coming.
You're in trouble. Us and all of our 41 subscribers are coming to take down ESPN by beating them consistently with all of these picks. We are more right than ESPN.
Yeah.
Consistently at this point. We've got a 100% success rate.
Success rate.
Come on, ESPN. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I told Parker before we started recording that rant would be like 30 seconds to a minute. I think that was 5 minutes.
Went a little long, but it's okay.
I gotta get the anchor out. Speaking of baseball, the Padres, who might be the second best team in the National League all of a sudden, made a flurry of moves. They added about 9 major league players to their roster, which is almost unheard of.
Each one of them is a snowflake. Together, they form a flurry.
Yeah, they made a flurry of moves. I see what you did there. Parker's on fire with these jokes so far.
Good thing that there's some flurries.
There's a flurry to
down.
I almost caught up to it. I was just behind it.
Just behind.
But the Padres, we expected them to be pretty good. They've been really good, so they decided to take advantage of it. Big name adding Mike Clevenger to be possibly an ace for them. They should be a really exciting team. Leonard Fournette was released by the Jaguars and signed by who else but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They're gonna be really good. You heard it here last. The Bucs are gonna be good this year.
We'll get into the details with our NFC predictions coming up soon.
Yeah.
But Parker, what do you think Leonard Fournette's production will look like?
I think he's gonna be their main guy in Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, he was good last year, but he didn't get a ton of the work. His carries were still split last year. And now with this signing of Leonard Fournette, he was a previous first-round pick. And, I mean, he was a workhorse in Jacksonville, and he's not going to have quite that same production, but he's still, I feel like, going to get around a 50% to 40% split of the touches.
Yeah. 40
to 50%.
I think it'll definitely take him a little bit of time to get,
acclimated.
Ramped up, acclimated.
Yeah, you're right.
But, yeah, by probably week 4 or 5, he should be their lead back.
Should be.
I don't know exactly what's going to happen with
I think
coronavirus and injuries and everything, but
they're pretty set on offense, Tampa Bay.
Regardless of what Leonard Fournette does, even if they don't have him, I think they'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, totally. They would have been fine before. I feel like they're going to pass the ball more than running the ball this year.
Oh,
because they're going to need to.
That's Bruce Arians' offense.
Yeah,
exactly. Just throw the ball 50 times.
Yeah, and they're going to play the Saints twice, they're going to play the Falcons twice, and those games are just going to
Especially the Saints game.
Especially the Saints game.
It's going to be a shootout.
It's just
That's actually week 1. That's going to be entertaining.
I know.
4:30 in pretty much in like a week.
So excited for football.
A week and 1 day. Oh my goodness. We got Chiefs Texans in 4.5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
So exciting.
It's going to be great.
We like football. Speaking of football, Kirk Cousins was on Kyle Brandt's podcast, and people are losing their minds.
Oh, yeah.
About a quote when he was asked about just like his concern about the coronavirus and masks and stuff. And the main quote that gets pulled is, he said, "If I die, I die."
If I die.
I'm going to read the whole quote because I think this was kind of taken out of context.
Yeah, like a bunch of quotes.
It does tend to happen a little bit. Occasionally we take quotes out of context. The media does like to do that. But I'm going to read this quote, and then I don't know how Parker feels about this, but I think people are totally overreacting, and I kind of agree with Kirk.
I agree with Owen.
All right, cool. We're on the same page here.
And my buddy Kirk.
So Kirk said, "I want to respect what other people's concerns are. For me personally, just talking, no one else can get the virus. What is your concern if you could get it? I would say I'm going to go about my daily life. If I get it, I'm going to ride it out. I'm going to let nature do its course. Survival of the fittest kind of approach. And just say if it knocks me out, it knocks me out. I'm going to be okay. You know, even if I die. If I die, I die. I kind of have peace about that." So that's really where I fall on it. So my opinion on wearing a mask is really about being respectful to other people. It really has nothing to do with my own personal thoughts. I don't think he said much wrong there.
Yeah, no.
People are ripping him for the "if I die, I die," and they're ripping him for the stuff about the masks. But I've heard a bunch of people say how dumb it is that he's not wearing a mask. He didn't say he's not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Well, the way I interpreted that was he said he is wearing a mask. He
to
might
respect
not
other people.
Yeah, he might not personally think that like a mask is necessary all the time, but he's doing it to respect other people.
Yeah.
Which totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if he was I would understand people ripping him if he's like, "No, I'm not going to wear a mask." But he's wearing a mask and he's a Christian. We're Christians, like the "if I die, I die," he means like I'm not worried about dying.
Yeah.
Like I'm not not that any of us want to die, but like we're okay. We got something better after we die.
Speaking of Christian and Kirk is like the weirdest name ever. Like
I thought you were gonna say something about Christian Kirk, the Cardinals wide receiver.
No, well I am now. Because like Kirk is such a weird first name. Like it should be more of a last name. And then I was gonna bring up Christian Kirk, and then you said something about Christian, and I was like, well, this is perfect. So anyway,
where were you planning on taking that?
Like, I don't know. I was just gonna
other than just saying that
Kirk is just such a weird first name.
All right. So takeaways from this.
And Cousins.
We're with Kirk. We don't think people should be trashing him like they are.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Good for you. Okay. Yeah.
He's also a
pizza
place. He's a pizza place too. Two cousins.
Two cousins. There's only one of them though.
Oh no.
He's married though. Two cousins.
Exactly.
We try to have a serious discussion, and then it just devolves into weird first names.
But anyway, he got ripped for comments, but we think
we agree with him. We don't think he said anything wrong there. So you're good, Kirk. It got taken out of context, and
Speaking of...
I was about to say I would agree if I die, I die. But when you say it like that, it was a mistake of him by him saying it like that, because then people take it like, oh, so you don't, like, you want to die, you don't really care. And it's like, no, I'm not going to be like, yeah, let's go die. No. I'd want to live, but, like, I'm not worried about dying, is what he should have said. I'm not worried about it.
So speaking of things that people don't have to be worried about anymore... Deshaun Watson doesn't have to have a worry in the world. He just got paid 4-year, $160 million.
And Texans fans don't have to worry about Bill O'Brien screwing something else up. He did something right for once.
He did. He did something right.
First time in a long time.
And maybe he'll be right about the David Johnson deal. And David Johnson will be just insane.
Very much
Number
doubt
one running back in fantasy.
Very much doubt that.
Anyway.
That was so good for Deshaun. Good for Texans.
That's why I said that.
Locked him up. Parker says that because fantasy football is
David
obviously
Johnson's
starting
on
at the
team.
same time as baseball. He has David Johnson and Brandon Cooks. He's banking on the Texans' offense,
Oh yeah.
which I think their offense will be pretty good. I don't think the trade will be worth it because DeAndre is probably going to be really good too. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be enough to overcome. But we are very excited for football in case you hadn't noticed that yet. And fantasy football coming up. Actually, we posted on the Instagram the pictures of our two rosters. Everybody picked
mine.
yours, almost everybody. I got like 2 votes.
Yeah.
But I think that of the 3 of us, there's 12 people in our league. I would say the 3 of us have 3 of the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
You, me, and Luke. Luke, I think, has the best team in the league. I think
Luke
you
seems
and I
pretty good.
have the highest ceiling. Our teams have the most potential.
Yeah.
Lots of upside with our teams.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that our teams are lacking a little bit is one of those top 3 to 5 tight ends. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
we both waited on.
But I
tight
feel like
ends,
tight ends
but-
get injured every year, so it's not gonna like it's
Yeah,
It's
and
not really
we
gonna
both got the best. They're actually, I think I got Chris Herndon. He got Mike Gesicki. I think they're both like
the sleeper
at the
picks, but-
same. Well, yeah, they're literally like ranked back to back, somewhere in like the early 100s
Yeah.
or like 120s or something.
Yeah.
They're both at like the same spot. I think I took Herndon and then you took Gesicki like 2 picks later or something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both got the high upside sleeper tight end. Both of them could be top 10, top 5 tight ends. They're both going to get a lot of targets. So
Yeah.
I think we did a good job drafting.
Yeah, we
Yay us. Podcast is going to represent in the
We'll
Low
just-
Expectations League.
Yeah, we'll just have to hope that we can like, you know, have make it to the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And,
I hope
like,
we
beat each other
some
in
combination
the,
of us
like,
play
finals.
each other. That would
That
be
would be
amazing.
sick.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens.
So we should have that should be kind of a segment where we just give like fantasy football updates.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
just
should
how
be
the league's
just
going.
like real quick, like all right, I won this week, I beat Parker, that type of stuff.
yeah, right.
Speaking of updates, the Samsung Lions update will fly through this one. They are 45-52-1.
Yeah.
They went 2-2-1 this week, 8th place. Not going very well. So let's get past that as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
You know what? You should probably take your time on, Parker.
The NFC.
I was gonna say finding a good plumbing company,
Oh yeah.
but we'll take our time on the NFC after a little JG Grable advertisement.
Yeah, I mean, so JG Grable is a family-owned and operated company that is dedicated to providing for your needs. You like how fast that was? Just a
That
beautiful
was
sentence.
real fast.
That was a beautiful sentence. I didn't
Flawless.
even need to think. I've done this so many times. Because you know why I've done this so many times? Because JG Grable is just the best plumbing company ever. I mean, every time I see their store, every time I see their logo,
store.
every time I see the people that are working and doing my plumbing services, I just have to smile, a big smile, because they are so thoughtful, so generous, so amazing, so kind, so cool, so awesome, so just
Oh, that fizzled out. It was going so strong.
I can't think of
Doing
adjectives.
so well.
But if I could,
You
the
would
good
use all
ones
of
would
them.
be for JG Grable.
Yeah.
The ones that are good. Anyway, so yeah, JG Grable is a great plumbing company. If you need any services, just visit them at www.jggrable.com or call them at 717-768-3276. And you know, they'll do the best plumbing and at the lowest price. You know why it's the lowest price? Because you will get $25 off your purchase when you mention All Sports All the Time. And with that $25, what can you do, Owen?
Well, Luke's not here, so
Yeah.
we don't really have any props. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys, all of you that are listening right now, to think in your head of something that costs about $25. You can get that if you contact JG Grable, have them do your plumbing services, be like, oh, by the way, I heard about you on All Sports All the Time. They'll be like, oh, great, we'll take $25 off of whatever these services are that you needed. Boom, you go and buy that other $25 thing. What a value. Parker has some binoculars as he's standing here behind the camera. I don't know how much those binoculars cost. Real binoculars would cost way more. I don't know how much these little toy ones cost.
I can see
but
you.
You could probably buy about 2 of those.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe. You could buy a lot of water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. So, JG Grable, great plumbing company, and you get $25 off. So it's a win-win, really.
Yeah. Speaking of wins, the NFC is going to be producing a bunch of wins every week because all these teams are so good in the NFC. There's so many good teams, you know. Not every team is good, but there's a bunch of just stacked divisions. For some reason, I feel like just the NFL as a whole has so many good teams this year.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's
I feel
crazy.
like there's the most good teams
insane.
that there's ever been because the quarterbacks, you know, nobody's really retiring, and we just keep getting more young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So then there's going to be just more overall good quarterbacks available because
There's so many good quarterbacks that the Patriots signed Cam Newton for almost nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. And
That's how
Cam
good they
Newton
are.
literally won an MVP. So
Yeah.
there's just so many good players. There's barely any teams that have problems at the quarterback position. I mean, obviously there's some teams that
But
don't
it's
have the best quarterback.
Very few.
Yeah, very
There's
few.
a lot of good quarterbacks.
So many good quarterbacks.
And especially in the NFC.
Yeah.
So, should we start from the bottom like we did last week?
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
If you guys haven't checked out our episode from last week, you should. We did our AFC predictions, and like you heard in my rant against ESPN, we are taking them on. We're challenging their power rankings with our own power rankings.
Which will be better.
So let's start at the bottom, number 16, the worst team in the NFC. Myself, Luke, who is not here, and ESPN all have the Washington football team.
Along, as do I. They're not going to be very good. Like we were saying with the QBs, there's a lot of good ones. Washington doesn't have one. Doesn't have one of those good ones.
Don't trust Dwayne Haskins.
No.
They have Chase Young, who's going to be good, and that's
about it.
They have Chase Young and Terry McLaurin, and that is it.
That is it.
They are going to be challenging the Jacksonville Jaguars for Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
I really hope the Jaguars get Trevor Lawrence and not the Washington team. Imagine if our division had Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence. Like, that'd be impressive, but I would be terrified as an Eagles fan.
Yeah, same.
So, hopefully they're the worst team in the NFC, but they're the second worst team in football.
Yeah.
Then they would still get Justin Fields. But I would rather... Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence is more of a lock than him, so...
At number 15,
Ooh,
we
have some differences here.
I have the Panthers.
I also have the Panthers.
Okay.
ESPN has the Giants.
I mean, that's not bad, yeah.
Luke has the Bears.
Wow.
I don't think the Bears are going to be great, but he has them being really bad.
Low.
Because, like, they had a rough year last year, and they still went 8-8.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, they'll probably not be great, but
yeah,
Luke has them being bad.
I mean, I could see them being pretty bad because, I mean, but their defense, I feel like, is going to bounce back.
Their defense is going to keep them in games, was why I moved them up a little bit. I have the Bears at 14.
I have the Bears at 12.
Okay.
So
ESPN has the Bears at 12 also. They have the Panthers at 14.
I have the Panthers at 15.
Yeah, that was, we just...
okay.
Who do you have at 14?
At 14, I have the Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah, the Giants.
Okay. ESPN has the Giants at 15. We already said that. Luke has the Cardinals at 14. Holy cow.
What?
Luke, your picks are so controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial picks here, Luke.
Yeah.
Holy cow. You need to text us with some explanations after you listen to this.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are going to be so much better.
They are.
I have them being the worst team in the NFC West, but I have them at 7-9 just because the NFC West is loaded.
Loaded, yeah.
I have the Cardinals up at 11.
I have the Cardinals even higher than that. I mean, we're not going based on numbers really, but we'll go based on teams.
Or sorry, I have the Cardinals at 10. I switched
Yeah,
lists.
I have the Cardinals at 9. So right around the same area.
On the Cardinals.
Because I feel like they're just going to keep getting better from last year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So wait, where did Luke have them?
Luke had them at 14.
14. Wow.
So we move up to 13. I'll go back once we go through all these and give these to you for sure, just to double check. But at 13, I've got the Giants.
I have
I said
wait, who'd you have at
previously.
14?
14, I had the Bears.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Slightly higher on them than Luke, but not very high on them.
Yeah. I had the Giants at 14, if I didn't say that already. And then I have the Lions at 13.
Lions at 13. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's on the lower end, but I don't know. They're not going to be very good. They're playing in a super tough division, which is good. You know, if you give them losses there, that's like they're not going to be one of the better teams. But yeah, I have them at 13. So
you and ESPN agree again. They have the Lions at 13. Luke has the Giants at 13.
okay.
We already kind of went over the Giants. I think the Giants could be a decent team this year, even though I have them at 13. But their schedule is insanely hard, and the NFC is just so loaded. I had a hard time putting them ahead of some of these other more less risky teams, I guess is the word. Number 12, I have the Atlanta Falcons. I'm a little lower on them than some people are.
I have the Falcons at 11.
Okay.
And that's mainly because I think Tampa Bay and the Saints are going to be better than them, so I have them down lower at 11.
I don't completely trust their defense.
Yeah. I don't know. They're going to be fine. They're going to be okay, but they're just playing, like, the teams that they're facing, I don't see them succeeding.
I refuse to draft Todd Gurley because I'm almost positive his knee is going to get destroyed before, like, the halfway point of the season.
Yeah.
So not feeling good about that part of their offense. ESPN has the Bears at 12.
Wait, same with me. I also have...
Wow, you and ESPN match it up. Luke has the Vikings at 12. Luke, why do you have the Vikings being so bad? What's happening
are the Vikings
here?
bad? Do you not like our boy Kirk?
Yeah, were you mad at
Do
Kirk
you not
for
like
his
my
comments?
cousin? Is my cousin not nice?
I don't think the Vikings are going to be anything great, but I have them winning the North by 1 game. Like, the North is going to be really good, but Luke has the preview. Luke has the Packers being really good again. So
okay.
But that's really low for the Vikings. 12. Holy cow. ESPN, I already said they have the Bears at 12. So we move to 11. I have the Lions at 11.
Okay.
I think that they'll be really good, but again, the NFC is just loaded, and there's teams that are better than them.
Like I said, I had the Falcons at 11 when you said the Falcons.
ESPN has the Cardinals at 11. Similar thinking to us, where they'll be pretty good, but we don't know if they'll be good enough to make it into the top 7 for the playoffs.
Wait, where does Luke have the Falcons?
He has them at 9.
Okay.
So he's a little higher up on the Falcons there. He still has them as 3rd in the South, but Luke has the Lions at 11. Okay, we agree on something there, Luke. Number 10, I've got there's the Cardinals. Again, I think they'll be good, high upside. I have Kenyon Drake on my fantasy team, but it's too risky to put them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was close. I had the Cardinals at 9, but the Rams at 10.
Oh, we flip-flopped the Cardinals and Rams.
Yeah,
I have the Rams at 9.
I think that this year is the year where the Cardinals aren't going to be last in their division. They're going to be second to last.
Slightly less bad.
By half a game.
Or something. You can't be...
You can if there's a tie.
Oh, good point.
So,
but that almost never happens.
Like, barely better than the Rams.
I have the Rams ahead of the Cardinals just because... similar to the Bears, where it's like last year was pretty bad, and they still went 10-6.
Yeah.
People tend to forget that the Rams were 10-6 last year.
Yeah.
So
they were.
I put them just ahead of the Cardinals, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
ESPN has the Falcons at 10, and Luke has the Panthers at 10. He's feeling good about Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater.
I mean, hey, the reason I didn't have the Panthers last is because of that. I felt pretty good about them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll be awful, but that's a little high for them, Luke.
Stretch.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, maybe they'll be good. Christian McCaffrey's just gonna score 20 touchdowns every game.
Yeah, sure, that's definitely gonna happen. At number 9, ESPN has the Rams, like I do. Who do you have?
I had the Cardinals and the Rams at 10. Yeah.
And Luke has the Falcons, as we already said. The NFC West is going to be so good.
Yeah.
It's crazy how loaded that division is.
At number 8, I have the Vikings. I think that they're just going to be in Aaron Rodgers' shadow again for another year. I guess let's do these two together, the Packers and the Vikings.
All right, I was going to say, I have the Packers at 8, Vikings at 7.
Yeah,
I have the Vikings beating them out by 1 game.
I have the Vikings at 8, like I said, and then I have the Packers at 5.
Oh, 5.
Well, I think they're going to take a step back from last year.
Yeah.
They're not going to be 13-3, but they're still going to be like 11-5, and it's like, so that's right. Like 11-5.
That's a playoff team.
That's
Easy.
a playoff team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you have an 11-5 record, you're right around that number 5 spot.
I have the Packers taking a big step back. I have them going 8-8. Like I said, I have them as the 8th best team, the best non-playoff team, which isn't terrible. But I don't think they did nearly enough to improve their team this offseason. And they won so many close games last year to go 13-3. So I think that was a very lucky 13-3.
Yeah.
You're not going to see many 13-3 teams they weren't bad, but there's a lot of 13-3 teams in history that were way better than the Packers were.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
ESPN at number 8 has our Eagles. They agree with me on the Vikings at 7.
Okay.
The Eagles at 8 is the pessimistic view of the Eagles. ESPN continues to hate on the Philadelphia teams, but I understand that. I understand them being at 8 with all the people that are getting hurt for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah.
Where it's just we continue to get, the 4th year in a row, where the Eagles just always get hit by injuries. At least this year it's earlier.
Yeah.
Previous years it's been like mid-season. We might as well get them out of the way now. It's still, I don't understand why the Eagles get hurt all the time.
Yeah, speaking of the Eagles, I have the Eagles at 7.
Luke also has the Eagles at 7. He has the Rams at 8. And then the Eagles at 7. And I have the Seahawks at 6. You said you have the Eagles at 7? Yeah, 7. I have the Seahawks at 6. ESPN has the Cowboys at 6.
I also have the Cowboys at 6.
You and ESPN are really lining it up here. Luke has the Bucs at 6. The Bucs are going to be really good because they went 7-9 without Jameis Winston last year. They added Tom Brady
with
Leonard Fournette and what? Oh, did I say without?
Yeah,
yeah. With Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions, they still managed to go 7-9.
Yeah,
their defense is improved enough that I think they'll be a really dangerous team.
Same.
I don't think they're the best team in the NFC, obviously, but they're gonna be really good. The only reason I don't have them as a top 3 team on my list is because of the continuity. They've had so many changes. This year, 2020 specifically, it's going to be a lot more difficult. There's going to be a huge advantage to teams like the Saints and the Eagles and the 49ers and the Seahawks who have the same group mostly. So I think that's going to be really helpful to those teams. Next
so
is
at 5.
number 5.
I had the Packers at 5.
Okay, you guys are higher on the Packers than I am. Luke has the Cowboys at 5, as does ESPN. I have the Eagles at 5.
Okay.
The more optimistic view. I think their offense is going to be so much better. Their defense is definitely going to be improved with their secondary. And the Eagles' biggest strength last year was their offensive line. And I think it might be their biggest weakness now. I am honestly terrified about the Eagles' offensive line situation. It could be a huge Achilles heel for them.
It could be, yeah. Miles Sanders, hopefully he gets a lot better. And, hopefully he just improves.
Hopefully he's able to overcome
built
the offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. So. Hopefully. So, number 4, I got the 49ers.
Whoa! Number 4?
Number 4.
Wow.
So,
okay. I got the Bucs at 3. Or 4. Sorry. Bucs at 4.
So, they went to the Super Bowl last year. Didn't win, but came close. And so now I just hate them. No, just kidding.
Jeez.
No, so...
This is a betrayal thing, isn't it? You were rooting for the 49ers, and they let you down, and you're like, oh, they're terrible now.
No.
You put them at number 4, which is still good.
I put them at number 4. Part of the reason is because the other teams around them, the other 3 teams in their division are all good. So good. And so I don't think...
crazy.
I don't think they're going to be the best in their division this year.
Wow. So you have the Seahawks higher than them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. I don't think I trust the Seahawks defense quite enough.
The 49ers
I have the Seahawks in the playoffs. I have them at 6.
Yeah.
So
if we're speaking about the Seahawks, I have the Seahawks number 2 best team.
Number 2?
I mean, if you compare the Seahawks and the 49ers, right? 49ers defense is better. But the Seahawks their offense is way better.
The only reason is because of Russell Wilson, though.
No, it's not.
Which is very important.
No, it's not. Chris Carson.
DK Metcalf's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
I really wanted to get him, but Luke took it. They're going to be good.
And if you look at the 49ers offense,
the second best team, though.
They only have George Kittle. If you can shut down George Kittle.
And they have Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, they have.
And they have Deebo Samuel.
No, but he's not like.
And they added somebody in the draft whose name I'm forgetting.
Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk.
But he's
first round pick.
I don't.
Also, they have Kyle Shanahan drawing up plays, and he'll figure out how to make that stuff.
But I mean, number 4, that's still good. I still have them.
That's still a really good team. I have the Bucs at 4. I'm a little more optimistic on them than some people. ESPN agrees with me though. Buccaneers at 4. I am terrified that Tom Brady's gonna. We've already had this discussion, but I forget what episode. But Parker and I have this Tom Brady Bill Belichick argument.
Yeah.
And I've told him, disclaimer, we can't make a decision on this for 3 years. Because
when
the Bucs are going to be really good this year and probably next year.
Here's a question for you.
Not necessarily because of Tom Brady, because Tom Brady went to a loaded team.
What if he wins the next 3 Super Bowls? Are you still going to say, no, he's not the best ever?
If he wins the next 3 Super Bowls, he'll be the best ever, yeah. I would give you that.
He doesn't even need
I would give you that. I'm not that stuck in my stance.
What if he wins 10 Super Bowls in his career?
That's the same. I'm not that stuck in my stance. If he does that well. I'm just saying, the Buccaneers are going to be really good this year, and you're going to be like, Tom Brady's doing well without Bill Belichick. And it's like, because he went to one of the most loaded teams in the league.
Yeah, but, I mean...
So, that's why. Like, what if Bill Belichick suddenly went and was coaching the Saints? Do you think he'd do well? Yes, of course he would do well.
Not as well as the Bucs right now.
Okay. Bucs at 4. ESPN agrees with me on that. Luke has the Packers at 4. He's really feeling good about the Packers.
Well, I mean, they went 13-3 last year.
They did.
You're just pessimistic about the Packers.
No, okay, I'm pessimistic because tell me what big additions they made this offseason that made their team better.
They didn't need any big additions.
They added nobody.
Who did the
They were one of the luckiest. Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay.
They were one of the luckiest 13-3 teams ever.
But if
they won so many close games, one possession.
If he has them at 4, right? He's not saying they're going to be 13-3 again.
No, he's saying they're going to be good,
which is
fair,
reasonable.
Yeah. Number 3, I've got the 49ers, which is actually lower than some people would have them. ESPN has the Seahawks at 3, so they're high on the Seahawks like you are.
Yeah.
And Luke has the Seahawks at 3.
Okay.
All right. So apparently I'm the only one that's... I mean, we all have the Seahawks in the playoffs, but apparently I'm the only one that's, like, slightly down on the Seahawks.
Yeah. I had the Seahawks at 2, Bucs at 3, and number 1, I had the Saints.
Oh, I have the Cowboys at 2. Which hurts me so bad.
Oh wait, did I even say my Cowboys?
Because
I have Cowboys at 6.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah, I think I said that.
That's good to make sure. Luke has the Cowboys at 5.
Okay.
So do we all have the Cowboys ahead of the Eagles?
Yeah.
We all have the Cowboys slightly ahead of the Eagles. I have the biggest gap.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles at 5, Cowboys at 2.
Yeah.
It hurts me to say this so much. Having Cowboys as the second best team in the NFC, but their offense is going to be unstoppable.
Really good.
It's going to be ridiculous. It could be one of the best offenses we've ever seen.
And I think they're going to have a top 10 defense. I think they are.
Oh, I don't agree with that part.
I agree with it.
Then why do you not have them very high? If you think their offense is going to be amazing and a top 10 defense,
because
they can have insane.
They can have a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, and still be 6.
I don't know about that.
If the teams in front of them are better.
Yeah, but a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, that's a really good team.
It is, yeah. But they can be bad on special teams.
Okay. All right. I think the Cowboys' defense is not going to be very good, but their offense is just going to be insane. So that'll get them to the second best team in the NFC. ESPN has the Saints at 2. Luke also has the Saints at 2. I have the Saints at 1.
Same, yeah.
Cool.
I have the Saints at 1.
And ESPN has the 49ers at 1, as does Luke. So top 4 consensus, pretty much. Saints, or top 5 consensus. The ones pretty much we all have top 5 is Saints, Cowboys, 49ers, Buccaneers, Seahawks. As like pretty much playoff locks.
Yeah.
And then you've got a couple of wild cards that'll probably come down to the Vikings, Packers, Eagles, Rams.
You could throw in the Cardinals.
Cardinals if they have a very good year. So we have reached our team
consensus
combination power rankings consensus. So we'll start at 16 real quick. We'll go up to 1. I'll read the ESPN list. You'll be reading ours. 16, Washington.
Also Washington.
15, Giants.
The Bears.
14, Panthers.
We got the Panthers.
13, Lions.
The Giants.
12, Bears.
The Lions at 12.
11, Cardinals.
Also Cardinals.
10, Falcons.
Also Falcons.
9, Rams.
We got also Rams.
Whoa, we just had 3 exactly the same. 8, Eagles.
The Vikings.
7, Vikings.
Eagles.
6, Cowboys.
Packers.
5, Packers.
Cowboys.
4, Buccaneers.
Also Buccaneers.
3, Seahawks.
Also Seahawks.
2, Saints.
49ers.
And 1, 49ers.
Saints.
So
it was
our
pretty similar.
NFC ones were more similar than the AFC ones.
It was pretty similar, but
which is surprising considering how many good teams there are.
Yeah.
But pretty similar. Okay, ESPN. That doesn't get you out of the
we're still gonna be
the ridiculing that you got earlier, but
yeah.
not bad. So we've been going for quite a while. It's time to wrap this up with 2 nicknames and a lie.
2 nicknames and a lie.
So Parker, would you like to go first, or should I?
Mine. I'm gonna save mine for last this time.
He's confident in it.
I'm confident in mine.
So the way 2 nicknames and a lie works is we find a player's pro football, basketball, baseball, whatever reference page, and it lists all of their nicknames, if they have any, after their name, and you know it's a legit nickname because it's on Pro Football Reference, Pro Baseball Reference, Pro Basketball Reference, right?
Yep.
Wrong. There's some ridiculous nicknames on here that you've never heard of. So ridiculous that I'm going to give Parker 3 nicknames. Only 2 of them are real. He has to guess the fake one. So, Damian Lillard.
Okay.
1.
Dame time.
Big Game Dame.
Big Game Dame.
2. Sub-Zero, because he wears the number 0. 3. Blazer Baller.
Blazer Baller.
So we got Big Game Dame, Sub-Zero, Blazer Baller.
I feel like Big Game Dame is good. I'm gonna take that one out. So it's either Blazer Baller or Sub-Zero. I'm gonna have to say the one you made up is Blazer Baller.
That is correct.
Yes!
I'm impressed with how quickly you took out Big Game Dame. I thought that one was pretty generic.
It is pretty generic.
I was like, we know Dame time, but who calls him Big Game Dame?
I just didn't think that you could have.
You got rid of that one pretty quick. Oh,
yeah.
Wow, you didn't think I could rhyme the words game and Dame?
Yeah.
Thanks, Parker.
You're welcome.
All right, you are very excited about yours.
Yeah, I got
what do we
Kevin Durant. That's the guy.
He's got a lot of nicknames. You probably had a lot to choose from.
I had a bunch. I had like 6 or 7.
Ooh, all right.
So you got the green, or actually, Green Room.
What?
Green Room.
Green Room. That's a terrible nickname, if that's real.
Green Room, The Servant, and Daddy Longlegger.
Okay, Green Room. There's
Green
no
Room.
way you possibly could have come up with that. That's out. There's no possible way. You were like, you know what? Owen will believe Green Room as a Kevin Durant nickname. That didn't work. No, that's out.
So then it leaves The Servant and Daddy Longlegger.
I think The Servant is an actual nickname, so you came up with Daddy Longlegger.
Oh, you got it!
Let's go! We both put the one that we picked at number 3.
Yeah. What?
Yes!
What would you
Success
would
for
you
both
have
of us.
guessed, Would you have guessed Slim Giant? Because that was I had that written down as the one I made up.
Probably. That one would have been more believable than Daddy Longlegs.
Okay. Right.
That one, yeah. That would have been still difficult. But
Yeah.
green room.
Yeah, I know, green room.
What does that even mean?
No clue.
He's transparent when he stands? I don't
know.
I wish there were explanations. You want to Google an explanation? Like, why is Kevin Durant called green room?
Yeah, sure.
In a green room, you stand in front of a green sheet and then it puts up a fake background. What does that have to do with Kevin Durant? How does that... I don't understand it. Do we have an explanation here?
In reference to the draft day waiting area for lottery picks, true to his humble nature, Durant would shy from his father's incredibly...
So you could...
His dad nicknamed his son Green Room in high school.
Just because, like, he knew he was gonna be good
Yeah.
to be, like, in the green room?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
But it's a real nickname.
I
wonder
yeah.
why the servant... Wait, do you know why the
Okay.
servant is one of his nicknames?
I don't know that one either. I would think that, like, it would be a point guard that would be the servant, because, like, they're good at distributing the ball or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, even LeBron is amazing at distributing. But
Yeah.
I don't... Why is he called the servant? I like
to serve everybody.
What does that mean? That doesn't give us much of an explanation.
Kevin Durant chooses the servant as nickname to replace Slim Reaper.
It's a self-proclaimed nickname.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks. Okay. That's why.
Yeah.
Alright, those don't count, really. Come on, Kevin. Everybody knows you can't give yourself a nickname. That's never gonna work out. Terrible. You know what's not terrible?
JG Grable Plumbing!
Boom! Nailed that one. JG Grable Plumbing is a family-owned and operated company that you guys definitely need to check out for any of your plumbing needs. They will service any issues that you have, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong with plumbing. You can find the full list. I'm not going to read all of it because there's just so many things that they do on their website, www.jggrable.com, or you can call them on a phone at 717-768-3276 to find out about all of the things that they can do to help you. Parker's trying to flip his bottle. For those of you who just heard that, he failed. Now he just hit right below the camera. He hit part of the tripod. Didn't damage it, though. And JG Grable won't damage any of your
house
stuff. I tried to transition that. It was very difficult, okay? And when you contact JG Grable Plumbing, and they're like, sure, we'll help you out. And you're like, great. What do you say after that, Parker?
Thank you.
No, you say, I heard about you guys on All Sports All the Time. And then they're like, oh, cool.
Here's $25.
We're going to charge you $25 less.
And with those $25, you can buy yourself...
It's really difficult to do this without Luke because we... Oh, don't try to pick that up. That's not going to work. Nope. Parker is roaming around the studio/basement trying to find something that might cost $25. That's an expensive $25. Who's buying? Okay.
You can buy blocks.
Blockus. Is it Blocus or Blockus?
It's blocks.
Blocks. Okay, there's a game called Blocus for those of you who can't see it, but I don't know if it's Blocus or Blockus. That's correct
blocks.
Pronunciation. Also, I don't think that costs $25. That would be an expensive game.
Well, I mean, I don't even have a clue about what the name of Blockus is called.
Alright, see you guys next week!
And we are in the bright sun of Australia. We'll be bringing you some beautiful weather.
What?
My long hair is just going to be flowing from the seaboard as I surf on my way to the Kangaroo City. We will be flying to Jerusalem later this evening. And then we will travel to Dubai, where I will buy some very expensive hotel cabins and eat some fancy porridge with Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
What's happening?
I just did a segment. I pretended like I was from Australia.
I noticed.